hi, howdy. So this is the Thanksgiving episode, and it's being recorded at 5 in the morning because I made bad life choices. So essentially, I baked a pie for Thanksgiving, and it was going well, alright? It was going pretty cool, actually, pretty chill. However, I made the critical error, the critical mistake, the classic blunder. I didn't realize, actually, how long the cooling process was, because basically when you make a pie, right, after it comes out of the oven, I'm new to this, alright? I'm a novice IRL culinarian, but when you bake a pie, when it comes out of the oven, it actually has to sit there, out in the open, air cooling, yeah, air-cooled pumpkin pie, by the way, for like 2 hours. And I didn't know this. I thought I could just put it in the fridge, but no, it's something to do with how it settles or whatever. But you just have to let it sit there for a while, right? And there are some things that you can do. I don't really want to fuck with it, though, because it was, like, somewhat... Like, it wasn't difficult. It was actually pretty easy. But it's not something that I would want to chance doing something wrong and then ruining the pie. So if, like, you know, the easy, guaranteed your pie will turn out fine, and it actually looks good. The crust is a little, scrimblow-ish, but, you know, it actually looks fine for the most part. I'm relatively happy with it. Which is the part of the story which we're gonna get to in a second. And yes, the World of Horror episode can wait. I gotta kill 2 hours! I have every incentive here to stall this episode for as long as possible. I gotta wait 2 damn hours before I can go to bed. But, anyways, you know, you just got this thing. And so it's gotta, you know, I actually think it turned out pretty well. And I don't want to do anything, because some people were saying you could, like, put it in a thing. Like, you could put the pie dish in a thing, and then fill that thing with water, and then the water will suck the heat out from the pie dish, which will take the heat out from the pie. I don't want to fuck with it. I don't want to fuck with it at all. I just put it on the counter. I just put it over there. It's sitting there. It's gonna be sitting there for a while. Internet says 2 hours for pumpkin pie. On Copium, I will probably look it up again after this episode to see if it really is 2 hours before I could put it in the damn thing. But, so basically what happened is, the reason why I'm baking a pie so late, right, is I prepared everything ahead of time, like a, you know, like a smart, weak aura person. And I was prepared, and I did it. And the pumpkin filling, actually, turned out really well. I like it. I think it tastes good. The crust tastes good. However, the problem is that I didn't make enough of it. And so, it didn't actually have... Like, it would have just been pumpkin, and then at the bottom, there would have been, like, bread. Right? That's what it would have been. So, I had to make more. And the thing is, when you're preparing it, one of the things that, for the recipe that I was using, because I'm cursed, don't worry about it, one of the things that you have to do is you have to put there are some ingredients that you have to set aside before time, because you want to make sure your ingredients are as cold as possible, and you want to make sure that the butter is basically, like, ice cold and, like, hard. And so, I had to wait for that. Because I wanted to make a new crust, because it wasn't suitable. Like, it tasted good, it could have theoretically worked, but it would have been disappointing. I would have been disappointed in it, I wouldn't have been happy about it. It would have tasted good, but I wouldn't have been happy about it. And so, I started making the dough from scratch again, and you have to set the butter in the freezer so that it can get, you know, to the appropriate temperature and hardness, I guess. And then after that's done, you have to mix it, which is time-consuming for me because I'm learning how to do it. I'm learning the flour to water ratio to make it all, like, stick together, you know? After I got that done, it has to then get wrapped. You form it into like a little ball, little disc thing. You wrap it, and then you put it in the fridge and let it sit for 2 hours minimum. Which absolutely I did that for 2 hours minimum because I didn't want to fucking wait. So I get it out of the fridge. 2 hours later, it's like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., it's 3 a.m. I roll it. It's good. I can even do like a little special edges for the pie. Looks fine. Looks good. It can contain the pumpkin aspect of the pumpkin pie, right? It looks good. Same ingredients, same ratios as the first set of those, so it probably tastes good too. You pre-bake it, comes out great. I used pinto beans to weigh the pie down, because I don't have pie weights, so I just used dried pinto beans. Basically, you know, it came out good, and then, you know, you combine the pumpkin part of it with the crust part of it, and then you bake it for an hour. And it just got out of the oven, like, 10 minutes ago now, and I was looking on the recipe, and it says, let it sit to cool, and then when it's room temperature, you put it in the fridge, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. And it's like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning at this point. And it's like, oh, fuck. And here we are. And so that's the 7-minute prologue to this episode. Because I have all the time to kill in the world here. I am not gonna be looking forward to this. And you know what the worst part is? The Thanksgiving thing that I'm going to is Thanksgiving lunch. So, like, damn. There's not even a time to take a nap tomorrow. It's like, you just gotta go, go, go. Ugh. Anyways, I am in a hell of my own making. So who's the, World of Horror character who's most likely to be thankful for their position in life? I don't know. Genuinely Yashiro? I don't know. He's a priest. I would assume, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna do Curious Birthmark because I don't want to deal with his horrible curse. But although now that I think about it, did that get patched? I don't know. We'll find out. Listen, I am absolutely running on the fumes of all time, alright? So, let's go ahead and see if this works. If it still works, that'd be great. I really like that. That's great. I really like that. We do indeed break the old coin in half as a treat. Get Ominous Letter the fuck out of here. But, listen, you see Athatu burning down the entire city? Like, the smallest fire. I'm running off the fumes from that smallest fire, alright? There's barely any gas in the tank, etc., etc. I'm out here in a hell of my own making, and I hope the pie at least tastes okay. But anyways, we're vibing, we're hanging out. We've got dexterity, we've got knowledge, we've got strength. That's the whole gang is here just to say, ah, fuck. And, yeah, alright. What was our seconds? Mystery. Alright, got it. Everything but charisma, remember your second mystery. So here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest, I've said this before, and I know that I've found this out before, but I genuinely do not remember this man's fucking, whatchamacallit, his prepared item. I genuinely do not remember it, so it must be one of the items that exists, and that's about it. Do I want to get it? Do I want to grab it? Just to remind myself, in this brief moment of time, what it is? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But, yeah, I don't know. If I have more time to kill after this, I don't know. I might try to work on a Warhammer model. That would be fucking hilarious, working on a Warhammer model at this time of night when you're, like, goddamn sleep-deprived. Exquisite taste? Oh, absolutely. Sorry, I don't celebrate that. Blasphemy. We all celebrate an American holiday that's already over in Canada. What am I doing? I don't know. I've already gotten the things that I wanted from there. The best shirt and the money. Oh, that's great. I love to see Akamanto. I love Akamanto. But, yeah, we're just hanging out. I'll probably work on the Mystery of the Druids as well. I was gonna do that after Thanksgiving lunch, but yeah, it's probably fine. Mermaids, Fear Festival, Household Hell, Wordless Ward. I mean, we can do a little Household Hell as a treat. I'm not actually sure if that is a treat. I think that's actually quite dangerous and not good for, like, being alive, but, you know. Please, I'll take anything here. I see the small candle, I'll buy the small candle. True and real. I think that, whatchamacallit. The problem that I have with the occult store, and I will say this every single time, is that I just think that it's got too many items and you can't reliably get it. Like, if you could go in there, and it's like the first time you visit that store, you're guaranteed to get a weapon, I think the occult store would be, like, much more viable than it already is. But it's like, you have to... Because here's the thing, this game has a really weird thing with rerolls. If you've played it for any length of time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you can reroll anything. It can be a shop inventory, it can be your perks, it could be the history club, it doesn't matter what it is, right? And you can get the same set of stuff over and over and over again, right? Like, you can literally refresh something or re-roll something, like, 3 times, and it will only have, like, 1 item change once, right? Like, it is absolutely insane how, like, downright anti-player the re-rolling system in this game is. And it's insane that you can re-roll into something that you already have, and that you can do it multiple times, and it seems like a more likely outcome, because that's usually what happens when you re-roll. Like, think about it, like, maybe this is just, like, something that I've observed, and so it's what I think everything is now. But for real, we'll have this equipped for now. For real, though, like, how many times have we, in this entire series, have we re-rolled and then we've gotten literally the exact same thing or only 1 change? That happens so often. Like, that actually happens so often, it's insane. And it's the same thing with the, well, it's not the same thing with all of the stores, but it really hurts more, like, when you get a cult store and you re-roll and then you don't get any weapons, and then you re-roll and you don't get any weapons, and then you re-roll and you don't get any weapons. We've had that happen, and honestly, like, that's just my biggest complaint with the cult store, is I like weapons that you can... I value a weapon more if you can get it reliably, if that makes sense. Even if it's not, like, the best weapon in the game. Oh yeah, it's bonus damage, right. That was our first enemy, but it doesn't matter. But, yeah, no, it's so weird. Like, I really don't like some of the stuff that the game does in the regard of, like, the RNG. Because it just shouldn't be possible to have 3 Billy May's second enemy, nice. It shouldn't be possible to get, like, a full set, like, get 3 perks and then re-roll because they're all bad, and then you get the exact same 3 of them. Like, it's absolutely wild that that can happen. And, like, it's not game-breaking, but it does make me dislike certain areas or certain shops a lot more than others. And so that's why I'm kind of living this current existence of, like, I like the occult shop's weapons a lot. However, it's very important that we get one of them at a reasonable amount of time. And so that's why when I want to do Ritual Dagger, and then I see the small candle, I take the small candle, and vice versa. Because it's not worth it to reroll. It's just not, because you're never gonna find what you want until you're like 10, 15, 20 doom down the rabbit hole, and you just want to die. So, I don't know. On Your Own is pretty great. We don't have Kana, so we will get On Your Own. And that does help us with, like, literally everything else in the, So, we can just get one more point of strength, and then we can get quick thinking, and then we're there. That's actually quite convenient. I like that a lot. But, you know, now that I've been awake for way too long, I am thinking about making bad choices with money that is for recreational purposes. I'm not that sleep deprived, okay? But I was thinking, so the next game that I want to buy is absolutely Klonoa. Love Klonoa. I played that game. I played Klonoa 2 so much. Absolutely love it. And I've always I don't know if I've played Klonoa 1, and I just, like, in my brain, both of the games are the same thing, or if I've only played Klonoa 2. If the answer is both of the games are the same thing to my brain, then they're both amazing. If the answer is I've only played Klonoa 2, I really want to try Klonoa 1. And it's like 23 bucks. However, there's also that bad Made in Abyss game, and I'm like, ooh, real shit? I should just, like, waste $48 on that? Hell yeah. And because it's 5 in the morning, and I'm sleep deprived at this point, I'm thinking to myself, that's a good use of money, and I hate it. And normally, I would go to bed when I'm thinking stupid shit, but there's a pie over there that is preventing me from doing so in the current storyline, I guess you could say. So yeah, we are indeed hanging out and vibing. 190% chance, or Yashiro loses his faith in God. Oh. We haven't done a sleep-deprived episode in a long time. They used to be relatively common. That's not even a joke. Let's go! Let's go! It's been like 2 weeks. It's literally been like something like 2 weeks since we've succeeded this one. The 2 doom. It's gone. Absolutely beautiful. Anyways, what was I saying? It's been a long time since we've had a proper sleep-deprived episode. You know, there's been a lot of times when I have been just, like, tired in real life, and I'll get a comment of somebody saying, like, damn, bro, you really don't have to record these so late at night. And I'm like, nah, absolutely not. You fucking think that I'm tired at the night? Well, you're goddamn right, but I'm very high functioning when I'm tired. But sometimes I do think of very stupid ideas, like buying the Made in Abyss video game that people generally agree is pretty bad and the developers have abandoned on launch. Which, you know, you could say pretty reasonably, oh, you know, the game came out. You don't... That's not really abandoning the game. It's a 1.0 and it came out, so, you know, it's a little bit rude to say. And you are correct, but the thing is, the game got a bad reception. And people want more. Oh, you son of a, you absolute piece. But people want more of the game, and people want different aspects of the game to be fleshed out. And it's a little bit sad, honestly. Because there's a lot of things about the game that look really cool. Because I think the idea, like, as a fan of Made in the Abyss, an idea of being able to create my own character and then explore the Abyss and just, you know, explore it and encounter the wildlife and try to survive sounds really interesting. But there's just a lot of stuff around the game that makes it look not good. And by not good, I mean kind of bad. And by kind of bad, I mean bad. But, you know, it did get a mostly positive on Steam, so that's a little bit more than I was expecting. I remember when it came out, it got mixed. So the fact that it's been bumped up to mostly positive is pretty good, honestly. And now I'm just talking myself into it. I'm like, yo, you know it would be like a banger? The Made in Abyss game for $48. The game that retails for $60 that is like essentially an open world indie game with all like the, you know, the graphical fidelity of a fucking PS2 game. I mean, I like games like that, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed Outward. Outward was really fun. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm falling out of my chair here. I don't know what to say. But, damn. Freaky Flood. You piece? Well, I did say we would get quick thinking at one point, that's true, and we will get the next point of strength, and by that I mean we're taking our knowledge back, because it's actively attack speed, and we kind of need that. Very important. Fear Festival, Wordless Ward, Crimson Cape. So we're gonna do Wordless Ward now, because we can get the burn taken care of, and it's an out-of-town... We have 2 out-of-town mysteries and 1 non-out-of-town mystery. We just need to kind of bite the bullet here and say, yeah, okay. Right? Like, we need to bite the bullet and say we gotta do one of them. I don't want to do one of them. I would rather not. But, you know, we can... Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. Goddamn right. But, yeah, what was I saying? I don't know anymore. You're not alone, friend. Plus 2% Doom. We got Fujiko. Let's go. Oh, 2% Doom. 1 reason. That was a certified Yashiro moment. I did that intentionally, by the way. I didn't want to get beat up. I want to try to maybe fight the boss. Because we've got good health. I've got a painkiller. We've got an empty bottle we can throw. We're never coming back to the hospital, so just make our current life a living hell, and then, escape. Run. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna complain about that right there. That's pretty good. I'm gonna be quite happy about that one, actually. And you know, honestly, taking a Curious Birthmark, allowing us to actually level up like a normal character and play the game normally. And then also Curious Birthmark taking away 2 of our most important stat. It gives and takes. I can respect that. It would just be the Yashiro sweep otherwise, so they're making it interesting for us. We did not hit the gritty, the randomly generated gritty. Unfortunate. Now, the sketchy thing, of course, is that obviously we have to deal with this, which is, I mean, we might as well try to do it like that, and I will do it like this, because I want to commit to the bit. Yeah, we'll go down to 11. We can go down to 11, that's fine. Now, we can take him down to 15, or we can take him down to... let's just do it like this. I would rather do 14. And we got it, so that's nice. So, the question is, though, how do I go from here? I don't really want to take, 2 more, but... Your friend attacks you, the priest? We do have Cauterize, alright. We got Cauterize, we got a painkiller, that's fine. Go ahead and make it happen like this. It's a little weird. We go down to 8 faith, but we're still gonna get our healing, and so we should just be able to do something like this. Priest was in remiss, he'd never seen a Yashiro like this. I probably should have checked to see if we were gonna get lucky or not. I'll take my weird collection. We don't have a C slot item, so it could be kind of fun. I don't have folklore studies though, do I? We are gonna level up again, so I guess we'll take a point of strength. This is a little bit weird. This is getting greedy for no reason. This is really getting greedy for no reason. It's just because we're gonna go to Fear Festival next, and I'm like less worried about Fear Festival combat than I am anything else. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, actually. I do think that Yashiro is a pretty good character if he didn't have to take old coin. Like, yeah, if Yashiro went back to like pre-nerf days, you would actually be pretty good. Oh wait, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Getting free sanity, I guess. I wish Parting Gift worked with Paranoia. That would be so cool. Honestly, the one thing that I think World of Horror is missing that other roguelites have that this game doesn't is like batshit insane synergies that make no sense but are really funny. Right? Like, that's the one thing that I can think of that World of Horror just doesn't have. Like, what synergizes with what else? You know what I mean? Oh, Fujiko. But, like, seriously, for real. What does World of Horror... What synergies does World of Horror have that other, like... What's the best synergy that World of Horror has? For, like, items, perks, statuses. The only thing that I can think of is, like, Ayaka having synergy with curses, but that's, like, directly built into her kit. I want something that's wacky and fun, and that can change the way how you play your run, based on random. Right? Like, maybe that's a little bit, like, too demanding, but I think that is the one thing. Like, if I had to do, like, a World of Horror 24-hour retrospective or whatever the fuck, which is never happening, by the way. I was just watching the 24-hour fucking Skyrim retrospective that came out recently, so that's why it's on the mind. But, you know, if I ever had to do something like that, I think I would definitely remark about how, like, there's not really any synergies outside of the characters' kits themselves, and even then, sometimes those kits don't synergize with each other. So it's just this really weird thing of, like, it just kind of exists, if that makes sense. Where it's like, everything just got... Because here's the thing. If there were more wacky things, like the cookbook, right? Then I think the game would be a lot better. Because right now, the meta is attack speed, damage... Well, I actually don't know, because the meta recently changed. But, like, you know what I mean. There's sort of like a flowchart of, like, what's good and what's not good. And you could probably do something that is... Oh, God. So this is going to do 3, admittedly. So we can take 9%... Yeah, fuck it. That's fine. We'll take 9% Doom. Fuck it, we ball. Oh, no. I did not think this through. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I did not think this through. Please don't. Please miss the gritty. Oh, thank God they missed the gritty. Hold on, let's also do this correctly. Regain 1. No, not stamina. Regain 1 reason, and then hit both of the gritties. Thank you so much. I thought we got the rock ring for some goddamn reason instead of what I actually wanted, and I was gonna be very sad. So admittedly, you know what we're doing? We're still just gonna do knowledge, I think, yeah. Yeah, still just gonna take knowledge, take both knowledge and folklore studies. That sounds about right. Our stats are amazing right now. But, like, you know, there's not really anything where it's like, oh, I got paranoia, so if I get this other thing, then I actually have a paranoia run or a paranoia build where I want to get as many allies as possible. Or, you know, there's nothing where it's like... There's nothing in the game that alters how you play. It just makes the core mechanics easier. And in a way, I guess those are games that I like a lot, because I'm thinking, like, literally, the first game that I, like, put a significant amount of time into on this channel was Arc Noir, And Arc Noir's combat was so goddamn simple. It was, you could probably make the game into a flowchart. Or a checklist, even. Like, it was so fucking simple. But it had depth to the sort of, like, complexity. Well, it was simple, but it had depth. Because you're under the sea. But also, it had the depth of the game was how the items interacted with the combat. Because the combat's very simple. The enemy's going to do something. They're either going to dodge, buff themselves, debuff you, or attack. And you can attack, and you can use an item or your intuition, or you can run away. Intuition lets you see what the enemy's gonna do next. Run away lets you run away, but it costs your sort of like skill points. Well, not your skill points, but like your I don't remember what they're called, but basically like your MP, basically your second resource bar that's not health. And then you could use an item instead. So using an item, it could be like a throwable, which you throw and it's used once, but it has a really powerful effect, which the powerful effect would just be doing a lot of damage or healing you or putting up a shield. You know, some things were like a durability system where you could use a weapon, but then it would break, so you could have a really good weapon, but you don't want to use it because the enemy's weak, but the enemy does a lot of damage. You know, there's a lot of, like, things that you can do with a very simple system, and you can add a lot of ways to interact with it, but World of Horror doesn't really have that either, because it's like, the only ways you can sort of interact with the combat system externally are attack speed, your stats, which affect attack speed, your level, which affects accuracy, and then your damage modifier, which affects damage. There's not really anything you can go like, oh, well, I have the fucking hand grenade, so I can throw that to do, like, 20 damage, you know? Which is something that Arc Noir would have, you know? Or, well, in Arc Noir, you'd have to use your entire turn throwing the hand grenade, and it would probably do, like, 30 damage instead of 20, but you get what I mean, right? Like, there's nothing in World of Horror that, like, revolutionizes or changes how you think about combat, except, except, weirdly enough, the bricks, which were nerfed into the ground, right? Bricks were something that you could spend Doom on acquiring. Well, you still can, but it's at a much worse rate that's basically not usable anymore. They were basically taken out back and shot. But, you know, you used to be able to spend, like, maybe 6-8% Doom, stockpile 4 bricks, and then you could just win a combat of your choice. Which, that's a trade-off. That is a trade-off. That's something that you have to think about. It did trivialize some aspects of the game, and there were some things that you could do completely differently, right? Like, you could trivialize some early game boss fights, because bosses wouldn't have the stacking health buff from being in the end game. But I guess the problem that well, it's not really a problem, but the thing that I just keep noticing is it's like, World of Horror has such a weird gameplay loop. Like, I can't really even describe it. Like, you click, you do a little clicking, catch me clicking, and that's it, really. Like, I don't really know what to say about it other than that. It's a little bit weird. I'm actually not sure. I'm legitimately just not sure. I don't know if I could describe to you what this is. Like, you click on the circle, and it goes in the square hole, and then that's it. Also, I never used Discharge Summary. Very funny. Yeah, I actually just don't know. I actually just don't know. I cannot explain to you adequately what it is that I'm actually doing here. Like, I'm just clicking on the circle, and then I'm investigating. That's it. This is minus Doom, right? Yeah, that's fine. We can probably rest or whatever. It's not a big deal. But, we can rest or whatever. It's not a big deal. But yeah, no, it's just weird. I actually just, I can't explain to you what we're doing here. Rip Bozo, Pack Watch won't be missed. I don't even care. I do not even care. I know she's dead. Is this a better weapon? No. It's actually slower, and it has less chance to hit. That's actually very funny. It's the small candle sweep. This is like one of those things where it's like, you could either have, like, unlimited money, or you could have dinner with, like, a celebrity who's really wealthy. And people are like, I take the celebrity because they teach me how to make unlimited money. Something stupid like that, right? And so, this is like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a fucking knife that you can use to stab somebody with? Or just, like, cut, I guess. Or would you rather have a candle? And it's like, the thinking gamer knows what's the real one. What's the correct choice? Alright, almost clicked the wrong button, that's fine. Now the thing is, that's very important, is that I don't want to actually wear the Akamanto mask, because I think that would be lame, dumb as hell. I would rather not, actually. I would like to wear the Spiral Hoodie for the rest of the game. I don't need to. Well, actually, I kind of do. Because we haven't... It would take us down to 7 dexterity. But, you know, there's nothing... shit, we already have quick thinking, don't we? I don't know. So we're taking 2 damage on the block. Do keep that in mind. So, we do a little trolling. We have a max hit chance. Hold on, do I even need to take damage here? So this will do... That'll do 7. That's not good enough, but this is, right? I think? Yeah, no, that's good. You bash Akamanto. Enemy is weak to this kind of weapon. Akamanto's weak to magic? Is that something that actually exists, or... Did I just hallucinate that? I might have just hallucinated that, to be fair. I'm not entirely sure. But, you know what? That's fine. God help me if I decide to work on, like, a Howling Banshee or something tonight. Absolutely not. I should also probably, like, immediately turn my computer off after this episode is done, or I might actually buy the Made in Abyss game. Which I will probably enjoy, and I will probably think it is a good use of money. But it is also $48 fucking dollars, and I really don't want to do that. But also, maybe I should. Devious. Mischievous little YouTuber up to some mischief. Wait, Charisma was there the whole time? Well, whatever, it's fine. It's not like Light Source was here. Light Source is right behind me, right? Oh, that just happened. Anyways. I will admit, the one thing that I am not looking forward to, because I do want to play God of War Ragnarok at some point, because I really liked God of War 4. However, I have seen the clips of the characters explaining the puzzle, the nanosecond, the millisecond, the moment Kratos enters the zip code of the puzzle. I've seen them explain it instantaneously, and it makes me want to die. And also, characters need to shut up sometimes. I'm gonna be honest with you, I love the narrative, and I love the world building, and I love the characters, and I like how the characters talk to each other and interact. But sometimes, your characters just need to shut up and have some goddamn self-restraint. Let the player think, for fuck's sake. Anyways, this post was made by a Mystery of the Druids gang. I cannot believe I just never saw the charisma there. What did I think it was? Like, that's the funniest thing to me, is I don't even know what I thought it was. Like, I could not answer the question of, like, what I thought the fucking thing was, but here we are. We are bawling. Also, what did I even get as my, my occult item. I don't even see it. Did we even get an occult item for that last mystery? Did I just immediately throw it away because it was trash? Oh, God. That one. Yeah. Cool. Neat. Well, we'll just sit at 6 charisma because I think it's funny. Yeah, so that was a World of Horror episode, and I'm dying a little bit inside at the moment. Live web reaction. Just you hear like the thud of like passing out and falling off your chair. But yeah, so we're vibing, we're hanging out. I will probably exercise restraint, because here's the thing, I wouldn't even play it tonight anyways. And it's not like the sale's ending anytime soon, so I'll probably just buy it later. But then that means I won't buy Klonoa, because I don't want to spend like 80 bucks right now. 70 bucks? Somewhere around that range. But anyways, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, have a good one. I'm gonna go contemplate, bad money choices. Also, I was totally thinking about, I've been trying to come up with a color scheme for some of my Warhammer miniatures, and I wanted to use glow-in-the-dark paint to make them glow. I know, you know, I really like the YouTube channel Dice and Demons. They use fluorescent paints a lot, and then they make the models glow under UV light, which is really cool, but the thing is, I don't really want to do that. I would rather the models just glow. Now here's the thing, I do have some Green Stuff World stuff that says they're fluorescent pigments, but they actually do glow in the dark, because I will just look into my hobby area at night and see like a fucking radioactive glow from the abyss, and it is the some of the dust, so I probably don't have to get a blue. But I would definitely be interested in seeing some, like, glow-in-the-dark greens or glow-in-the-dark yellow. I don't know, I think it would be cool. Because I have a couple of ideas on what I want to use it for. And it would also just be nice to have, you know? Ever want to do, like, glow-in-the-dark painting. But anyways, thanks for watching, have a good one, stay safe out there, bye!